Listen up, man. You're entering a safe place where men come to recover, recharge, and rewire through voice, story, and sonic medicine. Settle in. This one's for the firelight, the silence between the crackles, and the kind of truth that makes a man shift in his seat. It started slow. He started hitting snooze instead of hitting the gym. Told his boys he was just busy, better than admitting Cake Boss had him in a chokehold. Nights turned into couch sessions, beers, screens, cuddles, comfort, sedating himself while his edge slowly dulled and rusted like an old blade. He opened up. Too much. Not the grounded kind, the draining kind. Babe, what do you think I should do about my credit card debt? Do you think I should consolidate? I'm stressed just looking at my statement. Babe, I don't think Josh likes me anymore. He didn't even heart my story post. Babe, you still think I'm attractive, right? Be honest. Like honestly honest. Seeking her validation, like she was his life coach. He thought, this is vulnerability, right? Wrong time, wrong kind. He started to feel like, hey, no matter what, at least I can cuddle her and feel good. He pedestalized her. Her smile, that was all he needed. Her approval, his oxygen. He slowly made her his emotional supply. And that, my man, is when polarity starts bleeding out like a slow seep. He told her, daily, how much he adored her. He thought he was connecting. He thought more openness equaled deeper love. But what was he actually doing? Draining the mystery. He got soft. The kind of soft that triggers a woman's ancient, gut-level ick. And when she became the center of his world, he had unknowingly asked her to mother him. And no woman wants to be intimate with her son. Not a healthy one anyways. But this story isn't about red flags. At least not women's red flags anyway. Then, the drift. He skipped the gym, skipped boys weekend, skipped his hobbies, stayed inside. More beer, more Netflix, less spine. When things got a little spicy, he thought working on the relationship was the magic key. That's what he was hearing on his socials. Instead of presence and truth with a backbone, his truth became a leak in the boat. He thought cozy weekends were enough, easier than putting in the effort for a real date. Just start a new series, cuddle up, order takeout, repeat, until the spark quietly dies. He used to be Bond. Now, her teddy bear. He took on her emotional labor like a self-nominated therapist. His mood followed hers up and down. Tried to fix her coworker drama, then wondered why she tuned out. He slumped, physically, energetically. His pants got tight, but not from squats. Let his ego crack and got upset if she teased him, which it seems she was doing more of lately. The man she once couldn't wait to see was now chewing on her metaphorical gym shoes like a golden retriever puppy. She hadn't wanted a therapist. She had group chat for that. She wanted a king. Yet, she was disappointed in herself too. She felt like she'd picked a man-child instead. Now she felt repulsion, unexplainable, subconscious, powerful. Then, she shocked him. Pulling back, less texting, less warmth, more scrolling, no more fire between the sheets. Plans canceled, mood swings, stinging jabs, savage jokes, too sensitive comments, emotional distance on days that used to be sacred. He was lost. What happened? I thought we were good, but I've been so empathetic. But to her, he'd become pathetic. Here's some medicine from Mr. Help Loops, your brotherhood of men. She tested harder because she cared deeper. She'd once admired him and wanted to know, is he a lighthouse or is he a dinghy? Her tests weren't punishment. They were survival signals. Storms hit, and she saw fragility, not fortitude. Then she felt the ick. The massive ick wave enveloped her whole mind and body. And she sat him down and said, I just need some space. She'd given him all the signals. It wasn't because she stopped caring, but because she couldn't feel his strength anymore. She didn't fall for his softness. She fell for his presence. Now, that man was gone. She felt like she'd been bamboozled. And he sat there, shocked, playing her words like a broken record. I just need space? She needs space? Why does she need space? He thought it meant a breather. Thought they'd pause for a few days and binge the last season of Yellowstone over the weekend. He even went out and picked up some of her favorite popcorn. But then, the weekend came. It was, I don't know how long. I just know I need time. Now, he spiraled. What did I do wrong? I was so emotionally intelligent. He moped, ruminated, panicked. See, this man wasn't raised by a brotherhood of men to keep him on his purpose. He was raised by comfort, softened by convenience, domesticated by the lie that pleasing her equals power. He let himself go. He'd become her simp. It doesn't take much real-world heartbreak or a few gut-punch lessons like the one our man's going through to understand women are wired for survival. Unconditional love, in the context of a romantic relationship, that's just a fairy tale. Just like when they're dating, they're always scanning. Can he lead through the storm? Will he flinch? Will he fold? When she didn't feel his groundedness, she backed away. And what happened with our bamboozler? After a week of sedating, scrolling, spiraling, he started to wake up. He saw himself, and he cringed. Then he went and visited his friends, tried to tell them she was just crazy and didn't really see him. They barely recognized him. Not just because he looked different, but because his fire was gone, his edge dull. The Mr. Helpless Brotherhood has heard this story many times before and knew that word, space, it was the emotional fire alarm. Most men never even smell the smoke. They knew if she said space, not goodbye, he still had a shot, but not if he stayed the lost boy. It was time to give him a swift proverbial kick in the gonads. Because soon, he wouldn't just lose her, he'd lose himself. Not on our watch, my friends. Listen to me now, brothers. If nothing else lands, hear this. Women only stay with men who cannot be emotionally manipulated. She has to test you. She doesn't want emotionless or overly stoic like a robot. She wants emotionally grounded. She's wired for strength, for survival. She's built to trust a man who doesn't flinch during an apocalypse. Today's chaos? The death of someone close to her, job loss, a medical crisis, even just car troubles. She needs to know, can you hold the fire? Can you hold her up when things get rough? If he starts slipping, she tests harder. Now that other man, the one who keeps his edge when things get a little hairy, he doesn't go numb. He doesn't go soft just because he's in an exclusive relationship. He's been through enough firefights to know better. When he's a little worn out, he relaxes, yes. He recharges, yeah. But he never lets go of his mission. He doesn't grind all day, he leads, with purpose, with his powerful edge. Because comfort dulls the blade. Too much softness kills polarity. He holds his vision, for himself and for them. Because when he levels up, she levels up with him. He inspires her to grow, not by words, by presence. Are you wondering, what did the man in our story do? He woke the hell up, stopped checking for her text, put down his phone and cut the digital leash, got off the validation train. Began to let the space be sacred, let silence be a spark. He trained, he ate clean, he moved with intention, he found brotherhood, he sharpened his sword, he listened to sleep meditation loops from Mr. Help Loops. He built, he reinvented himself. He made the decision he would never let himself slip slowly into sloth again. He felt like he had more energy than he had had in a long time. He felt happy and proud of himself. He felt good. And her subconscious, it noticed. Wait, he's back. He's stronger. Did I misjudge him? He didn't chase, didn't explain, didn't grovel. He was just present, grounded, happy. He didn't start posting thirst traps all over his socials, hoping she would see him. He didn't try to win her. He became the kind of man she'd never dare leave again. He became undeniable. She hadn't fallen for a fixer. She fell for a force. And that force, it was still in him. He'd just forgotten. But now, he led. He contained. He became the man who doesn't flinch. Not for her, not for approval, for himself. He let the fire forge him. His edge, vibranium. Not cold, clear, not emotionless, emotionally sovereign. She might return, she might not. Either way, he won. I'm proud of you, brother. Be proud of yourself. Look for sleep meditation loops from Mr. Help Loops and hit subscribe for more stories.